think that the Jaguars have given up like 407 yards rushing the last 2 weeks. What do you see when you look at them?
I see a front that gets after it. They fly around. They have speed at every level. Um, but like you said, they have given up some yardage. So kind of just find where we can find our advantages at on the tape and attack those.
Aaron, a lot's been said about your usage up until this point. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like I can handle this load. I've never kind of had this load before, so I guess that's why it's being bought up. But no, I'm this is something I like. I welcome it. I'm open to it, and like I said, I put in all the work this off season, in the previous off seasons to be able to play this much and this amount and be impactful.
Just watching games this last week, it was like there were 6 one-handed catches around the NFL. When did that become such a thing?
I don't know. It was like you said. I definitely think it was the weekend of catches, just back to back to back great catches, seeing them all around the league, and I just think that's a testament to how talented this league is. The room for error is very minimum with the talent that you have on both sides. So, I mean, you'll see DBs catching one-hand picks too. So, I feel like it goes both ways.
What do you think of the Saquon play?
I think he was in full Zen mode, if you ask me, because I'm like, how do you see somebody coming behind? Yeah, he has eyes in the back of his head. I don't know. That was one of the best plays I have seen for somebody running the ball. Just very instinctual. But like I said, he was in Zen mode out there.
So when are you going to do it?
Oh, I gotta know where all 11 are before I do that.
Aaron, if I heard right, you told the Sunday Night Crew that you came here to get your sombrero before the game, and then you actually had a moment at Khyree's locker. Could you kind of take us through that?
Yes, sir. So I live about 4 minutes from here, 5 minutes. Everybody's walking out of the house, and I'm like, "Where's my sombrero?" I'm like, maybe I left in the car. Check the car. My son's sombrero's in there, not mine. I'm like, I'm like, I know I have one here. I had an extra one here. But I actually got here and the real one was here too. So I ended up picking that one up. I had probably put flowers in Khyree's locker on, I want to say like Thursday or Friday maybe. And then, so I just ended up running there. I was the only one in there. I run past his locker the first time. When I run back out, I see it. I just kind of sat there and had a second. I told him tonight's for him. We miss him, and he's not forgotten, and everything we're doing this year is for him. So, and then warming up, I look over, and I forgot it was the rookie weekend where the parents come in, and I look over and I see his mom, his dad, and his little brother, and I just went over there and shared the story with them, and I took a picture right before I left the locker room, so it was crazy how it just all happened. But I took a picture, and it was just kind of just for me to keep, and I was able to share that with his parents too, though.
Put flowers in there, or was that just?
No, I do typically. Yeah, every once in a while, like we'll leave those in there for a while, and once they look like they're need to be getting rid of, we'll get some more and replace them. But yeah, so I've done it several times this year, and I don't know if somebody else has done it too. That's kind of, I don't know who did it, but it was the first time I went to go put some in there. There was already some in there. So we have a great group of guys in that locker room who we really care about each other, and he's gone, but he's not forgotten.
You found a lot of momentum in that second half of the last game. How do you carry that over to Sunday and then a tough road stretch with 3 straight on the road?
Definitely just go back and kind of look at the film and see what worked, what didn't, why it did, why it didn't, and then see if when you got another 4-3 defense, so similar defense, see when they get in certain techniques or this, hey, if I was to do that again, or if we get this look, it's just kind of preparing me. So I feel like just kind of keep that mindset that we had at the end of the game. They know we're gonna run it, and we know we need to get these yards to kind of seal the game. Just kind of keep that mindset, that tough, hard-nosed mindset.
What's the difference in your prep now playing a ton compared to Green Bay? Have you had to alter things or just to keep yourself fresh?
Definitely just a lot more recovery. Then pre-practice prep as well. In the training room before practice, prepping. Then we'll see us stretch, and then after we stretch, they'll go to special teams. I'm still on the side doing some like prepping, some speed work, just basic fundamental things to make sure everything's firing. And everything's working the way it's supposed to work. So, but definitely a lot more time spent at the facility. Yesterday, my son was up here with me. He loves coming in, but he's like, "Daddy, can I go recover with you?" So he already knows the deal, and but he loves coming up here. But it's just been that adding more and more and more into what already works.
So when you signed here, had the Vikings told you specifically, and did you ask about and say, hey, with Packers, I was not used as much as I'd like? Was that part of the influence when you come in here because of that?
Oh no, sir. That was never even mentioned. I've just always been hey, whatever my number's called, make the most of it. I knew we had Ty here, and I know he's a really good back, and me and him would be sharing time as well, and he's very deserving of time. So I just didn't know what to expect, but I knew I would come in and contribute, and whenever my number was called, I would step up and make a play.
I'm sure you had a perspective of Justin like from afar, but being in this building, kind of watching him, being around him, I mean, what is like your takeaway of what he brings?
Justin is a unique guy, just from the way he carries himself, the way he treats everybody. You get superstars like that, and they're all about themselves, or they're kind of diva-ish, and you don't see any of that with him. He's here every day, on time, ready to work, lifting everybody else up. I remember on Sunday, right before halftime, we were about to go in. He said, "Hey, pick this SHIT up. I don't want to see anybody down," and really kind of laid into us a little bit. But that's what you need sometimes from your key player, and I feel like that really got us going on our side of the ball.
Why would you say teams are running the ball more this year? The NFL put out a stat, some numbers, since 1990. We're seeing things we haven't seen since then.
Oh, I could make my stand for running backs here?
There you go.
Running backs matter. You heard it here first. No, I just feel like kind of every couple of years the kind of game just changes a little bit, or based off of what the defense may be giving you. I've seen that you're staying in like a cover 2 shell. And normally when you're in a cover 2, that promotes you to run the ball. You have one less hat down. And then when they go, if it's single high, then they're normally going to try to throw the ball. It's just, I feel like that's the way the game is kind of gone. It was kind of similar the same way in Green Bay. You see 2 highs, 1 high. You kind of know what to expect. You're either getting some kind of cover 2, cover 4 man. But like I said, the game just evolves, and I feel like football is physical, and that gives you a chance to be physical and wear people out. So in the fourth quarter, it's kind of smooth. You can line up and play action and throw it downfield because you've been leaning on them all game, different things like that. I don't know exactly why it's changed, but I'm happy it is. Like I said, running backs, we're here to stay.
Has the position itself, though, changed too? I mean, it used to feel like it was the workhorse guys. If you could block, that was great, and catch. But I don't know that those were prerequisites at one time. It feels like now the traditional back is gone, and you guys are sort of developing a multifaceted identity of where the position has gone. Is that a correct assessment?
I feel like it is like kind of 50-50 because you still do have some of those like power backs who are, I'd say like Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, some of those guys. But I do think like backs have kind of shifted to being a little bit more versatile, more of like kind of athlete-ish. Like, I don't know, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, myself. You could throw Joe Mixon in there. It's a handful. Even the 2 dudes I mentioned, they're capable of catching the ball out of the backfield. So I just feel like it's the more that you can do. And as a running back, even if you split time, you kind of never want to come off the field. You don't want to be labeled, he's just a third down back. You want to be an every down back. So I feel like that's just kind of every back in the league trying to become an every down back as well. But just always add to your game.
How often would you say teams now check from pass to run. Is it more now than maybe in past years?
From pass to run, I would say I think it's a little bit higher this year, honestly. Watching games, I think it is, but a lot of it I think is kind of based off the shell or the number of people that you have up in the box. A lot of times, if you say you have a run play on and they have 10 in the box, and you're like, hey, I don't have 10 people accounted for to block this. I have 6 or 7 in protection. I can get the rest out. Let's check it to a throw. Or vice versa. Oh, they're light in the box. We have a pass. They only have 5 people in the box. Hey, let's get to a run.
What you said, there is the vice versa is happening more.
Yeah, I think it's happening more as I look across the league and watch games. Man, I'm here for it. Let's run the ball.
Aaron, you've been here for 6 wins and 6 KOC post-game speeches. I guess and all of them go viral, and you've probably seen them. What is it like in the locker room when he's giving those speeches? What have you observed from kind of the way that he handles that post-game?
That's one of my anytime he talks is like I just love to listen to him talk. Pre-game, the night before at the hotel, that's another great speech. I wish you guys could hear. But the post-game is just kind of you go in there. It's like he lifts you up when you hear it. He lifts everybody up. And you know you can't wait to get in there to hear what he has to say. I didn't know it goes viral, but it makes so much sense. I should have known it goes viral because my mom was like, "Hey, I see what Coach said," so I should have known that. But no, it's so real, and it shows how much he cares about us. Each individual in that locker room. You'll see sometimes it's not just the players getting the game balls; it's the upstairs personnel or other coaches, or so everybody has a hand in it, and he makes everybody feel a part, which we are all a part. But I love to hear him speak. Like he captures everybody's attention in the room.
What's the Saturday one like?
It's special. He gets you. I'm like, could you say this before the game? I'm ready to run through a wall. But it's just he has you envisioning what you're gonna go out there and do. He has you envision that feeling when you're coming back into the locker room, what that feels like. And that's one of my favorite things. I told Coach, I was like, hey, Coach, you gotta tell me about that feeling that I'm going to have after that game. Like, I need that feeling. You know, you don't want to be on the other side of the bad feeling. You want to be on that good side. So when you want that or you're reaching for it, like, hey, Coach, tell me what that's going to feel like. Tell me what it's going to feel like so I can go do it and then actually feel it. It's everything. Thank you, guys.